Hey, and welcome to episode 15 of Mental Health Podcast. Today we're going to be doing our 5 through to 1 of Best of 2018, respectively. We're going to go through each person's like we did last episode. So what we're going to do, we could start with number 5. You go, Terry.
Yeah, my number 5 is from a band that I only discovered this year through another podcast because they were jonesing on about it, and it's Spanish love songs with Smokes. Now it's kind of, well, I would say I don't normally listen to this kind of thing, but I kind of do, as you pointed out earlier, Jay.
Yeah.
With having like
your love for the Menzingers.
I do like the Menzingers because I like the bit of the Springsteen and the Menzingers. I think I've got a bit of that, but anyway, it's not about them. It's about Spanish love songs. Yeah, I fell in love with this album as soon as I heard it, but it's more from his kind of dark lyrics. And if anybody knows of this album, it's all about his struggles with mental health, anxiety, all the rest of it. And I just instantly fell in love with it from start to finish. I think it's a great album.
Boy, howdy did you? I just remember seeing you know, like the friends you're following, it's like, Terry's listening to Spanish love songs. Spanish love songs. Currently playing Spanish love songs. Last album played Spanish love songs.
I didn't do that with another album this year, did I?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to smash something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just, like I say, it had that much of an effect on me, which is why I fucking rinsed it.
Yeah.
It's superb, and they have got other albums. I think I've got 2 other albums before this. So, yeah, it's really good. I was just say, go check it out, see what you think. Because, yeah, what he's singing about is everything why kind of we're doing this podcast as well, on a more kind of somber note, as we'll say.
I feel like we just listened to a bit before. I've listened to it before as well, and I get a kind of an angsty kind of 2000s thing. That it's not necessarily the thing that we may listen to now, but it does harken back to what I used to listen to and how the music scene used to be.
Yeah.
It's got a kind of punky edge, and it's got like a almost post-hardcore edge at times.
Yeah. A lot of things thrown in there, isn't it?
It is good.
But the vocals as well, he sounds a bit older. And I don't mean that as in like, you know, Johnny Cash hurt like when you had 6 months left to live older, but he almost like, I don't know anything about the band, but he seems like he could be someone who's like in his 40s who's kind of tied into your Springsteen thing, maybe he's worked some shit jobs. I think some shit relationships.
I think he's late 30s.
Yeah, so late 30s, 40s. Yeah. That's it, his voice just sounds that kind of, there's an honesty to his vocals that made me think, yeah, this guy's lived it.
That's it, and like I was saying to you earlier with the crack in his voice.
Yeah. He's not making depression a catchphrase, is he?
No, he isn't, but you can hear that stuff's actually happened to him because he's trying to sing it in a positive light, but you can hear these little cracks and peaks and troughs in his voice like he's on the edge of breaking.
It's honest, I like that, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's why it made such an impact on my top 10 this year. So yeah, if none of you've heard of Spanish love songs with Schmaltz, and you like the sound of what we just talked about, go check them out.
Go check it out. It's a bit of a shit to find it on Spotify, but it's
you'll get there.
It's on all of them.
Yeah.
I just found the artist and then went back into their albums and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Jay, how about you?
Yep. So you're just hearing the end of one of their tracks now. So my pick for number 5 was Monuments, Phronesis. Really sort of weird, sort of some people might think it's a weird pick. It's, you know, so I talked about seeing him live. It's such a fun album.
It was a good night as well.
Yeah, it was a real good night, and that's because they played so many tracks from this album. It's just, you know, it's bouncy, it's upbeat, it's got groove, it's got hooks, you know. And I'll always appreciate that over fretboard gymnastics for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I think.
I'll back you up there. Give me a fucking groovy riff any day.
Exactly. I think the only thing that some people said, and I agree with as well, because even I heard it before I even read about it, and now with this album, is they just need to drop some like teen angst lyrics. Looking at you, Stygian Blue or Stygian Blue track, which has got this sort of "leave me the fuck alone" refrain. Oh my god, that's like sort of peak sort of Papa Roach 2001
again,
era.
we've gone like back, but not in a good way.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like that song's really good, but it's the teen angst lyrics just like knock it down a notch. But yeah, it's so fucking catchy. And I don't see there's a problem with a catchy band. And again, going back to a song live, I think they write catchier songs than Periphery.
Change Jay's mind.
Change my mind.
We still haven't done that either, have we?
No.
We still haven't got the tracks there.
So, my number 5 is Black Peaks. New Black Peaks album that we reviewed, a good 3 episodes ago, maybe 4.
Yes, somewhere around there.
I love the album. When I said that sometimes you have to go and smash something, and that was Black Peaks. I listened to Black Peaks so much, really over the last couple of months. Because I think, when did it come out? September.
Yes.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I listened to it before we reviewed it, and I really enjoyed it, but it didn't catch me then. I had to go back and revisit it on a fresh mind.
It does give you more, this album.
Yeah, and it's great.
By the way, this is my number 4, so we're kind of going to do it. We're going to do it in tandem here because it's Slick's one. But yeah, I love it.
The thing I like about it is that I even went back to the previous album before. What was that called, Terry? Statues.
Yeah.
Statues.
That's fantastic.
And at the time, I thought that was fucking amazing, and now I'm like, this new one. Yeah.
They're definitely on a par with each other, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Statues and All That Divides. They're very neck and neck.
Yeah. So I absolutely love Black Peaks. I can't say a bad word about it. Every single track I think I enjoy for various different reasons.
Same here. I believe they can go even more because I like a lot of the prog on this album.
Yeah.
They've kind of trying to dive more into that prog route, and I would like them seeing them to kind of extend on that.
Yeah.
Definitely. On album 3.
Because they've spread out
more down
already.
That rabbit hole. Yeah.
They've spread out already, so I just want to see what they do for the next stuff.
Get that wing spread even further.
Yeah.
Because I reckon there could be a fucking world beater in this band somewhere.
Yeah.
I really do. Obviously, bands take 3, 4, maybe 5 albums to fucking maybe even find themselves, but I think Black Peaks are doing it at a fucking phenomenal rate.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll take them that long, but yeah. If you've not heard Black Peaks, All That Divides, please go check it out.
Jay, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is this is timing here. I'm hacking Spotify this episode. You can hear the brutal chugs of Harm's Way. Now, it's not... If I was going to say, give me an album, give me a track from this album for me to, get why you're jockeying them and they made you number 4, I would say track either Temptation or Call My Name, which are 2 vastly different tracks. Right. And that's one of the reasons this got so high up. It's hardcore that goes beyond hardcore.
So it's not hardcore for hardcore's sake?
No, absolutely not. They definitely, I don't know if it's just the vocalist, just the guitarist, or all the band, but it's clearly at least one person in this band loves Godflesh. And especially if you listen to the album before Posthuman, which is Rust, and you're talking about Black Peaks making a leap. The leap from Rust to Posthuman is insane. But the mixed genre, so it isn't just hardcore. I mean, Godflesh, that's industrial, but it works. Yeah. And to me, I think Harm's Way.
New things coming to hardcore.
It is. And Harm's Way are going to be kind of doing what Knocked Loose do. So Knocked Loose, they've said, we can go out and we can be on a bill with metal bands, purely metal bands. We can be on a bill with Power Trip, Tomb Mold, Anthrax, whoever. But then we could also be on a bill with Every Time I Die and Norma Jean. Yeah. So they can either so Knocked Loose can slot into post-hardcore, pure hardcore, or metal. And Harm's Way, the same sort of thing. I could imagine them supporting Hatebreed. But currently they're supporting Cannibal Corpse in America.
Wow.
But that works.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an almost thrashy edge that they've got to them.
This is Call My Name.
That hits you in there. It's like a thrashy edge that makes you lean between subgenres.
Yeah, it's just an amazing album. I kind of forgot it. Really funny because I think it was 6 episodes ago we kind of said, where we're at the middle of the year,
Yes.
And I'd forgotten about this because the problem was this came out before Rivers of Nile. But the problem is, as soon as Rivers of Nile came out, I just kind of forgot it. And it's literally like wiped my mind.
Yeah.
And then when I was kind of going, right, I need to revisit, ready to do my top 10, I'm like, fuck, I forgot to listen to this. And I've got my love rekindled for it. And that's why it had to be in the top 4. There's a reason why it's not in the top 3, or there's 3 reasons why it's not in the top 3, but just because it's not in the top 3, it is still a very strong. I think as one of the most aggressive albums in my top 10. And maybe, it's still not a one-dimensional album though. It's got a lot to it.
Yeah, well, I want to go and have some time alone on this album, basically, and find it. And
it sounds real sordid.
I want to see him live. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, no, because I heard of this album this year, but I don't think I've given it its due diligence. If you get me.
Was that like due to like timing and shit that you were
Probably
listening to something else?
Probably because I think I got Rivers as well. I know this was out before, but I didn't know, if you know what I mean.
And before Rivers, you were jockeying Bleed From Within.
And I was jockeying Bleed From Within, so I kind of just went straight.
Bleed to Rivers.
Yeah, Bleed to Rivers kind of thing. That sounds like a band, doesn't it?
Yeah,
right.
It does.
We've just copyrighted that right now.
Bleed to Rivers.
I think it sounds pretty metalcore though. Bleed to Rivers.
Bleed
It's
to
like,
Rivers.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, would we use
It doesn't have to make
TO?
sense,
Bleed
does it?
to Rivers or Bleed to TWO?
Oh man.
Oh.
What a terrifying thought. So my number 5, Zeal and
number
Ardor.
5?
Oh shit, number 4 is Zeal and Ardor.
Yeah.
Stranger Fruits, I think the album's called. It came out back in, again, it was quite an early one. I think it was April, May, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was one that I was looking forward to because
because you were hoping they were going to play a Tech Fest.
Yes, because they are just real weird, and they are just the type of band that would strangely fit in, and I don't know why.
I agree. Yeah.
They've got a real kind of atmosphere about the album and the band, really, and the previous work as well. I was going to go see him, but I had like some fucking stupid anxiety attack thing, and I ended up not going to. But my girlfriend went with her mate as well, and apparently it's incredible. They were playing in a church in Leeds, and it was like all lights and shit.
That'd have been nice.
That's like the perfect venue for that band.
Yeah. I did my own like kind of review on this album on the on metalhealth.co.uk. That kind of went into depth of each song and like certain bits that just got me and hooked me, and that was like the first 4 days it came out. I ended up writing all that down.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to go check that out, that's on metalhealth.co.uk, and it's quite far down the news feed, but yeah, I'll stick it somewhere. I'll put it on a Facebook group maybe. So number 3.
This is the jackpot. This is where we win a load of money. Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, we've rolled 3 threes.
So I'll tell you what, we will go into a song first. Hey, so we're back. We're doing number 3 in it, which is our joint 3.
Yeah.
And it's Night Verses. I fucking love this album. I can't get enough of it. I listened to it shitloads when it came out and ended up going back to it like soon after that as well. It wasn't one of those like I'll kill this really quickly albums. It's gonna have pieces that's gonna like still stay in my head and make me want to go back and revisit them.
Definitely got a good longevity to this album.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like super into Night Verses, and we were like, I think we've been talking about Night Verses quite a lot, like off of pod, really, because we did a review like maybe about 5 episodes ago, and we were all pretty much adamant about how fucking cool it was. So yeah, Night Verses.
Yeah, no arguments from me.
I think it's really funny you said about you having it a week and then like a week later, you just on a random day you listen to it, and it's one of those you think, I'm listening to Night Verses. It'll pop into your head out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, I didn't hear that bit before. Or I didn't realise they used that motif like 3 times, like as a loop. And that's headphones. It's one of those. It rewards it. It doesn't give away its entire bag of tracks. Or your brain just can't pick it all up in one listen, and that's it. You'll say you get a decent set of headphones on. You're paying full attention. You're like, ooh, I like that bit now, and then you like, and that gives you an excuse to listen to it again because you're like, I really like that bit. That bit's cool. So,
and I think that Terry, you've heard of Night Verses before this latest album.
Yeah, I remember him when they had a singer. Yeah, where back was when they had a singer back on their last album. Obviously, he's now left the band, and I think Night Verses are all the better for it, to be honest, because I don't think they miss him one iota.
Some bands just sound great as an instrumental band. And we've spoken about this before. I think maybe even on the review that sometimes the vocal patterns that you have to make a song, i.e. having a verse and a chorus, sometimes makes that track stale. If you're instrumental, as long as you've got a hook somewhere on that track, it doesn't really matter where you go with it. It kind of frees up the rest of the band to do whatever the hell they want, because they don't have to go and revisit certain sections for like a vocal.
Yeah.
And I think as well, the other thing is what's cool about when something's instrumental and there's no vocal, like say you don't have to write a song to fit the singer going, oh, this is my chorus bit, is in a way it's almost like we've all got different things that we like about it. And that's it. I think as a listener, when you haven't got vocals to focus on, you will get out of that album what you put into it.
Yeah.
And it'll be different for everyone. And it's almost like, and I'm sure this is a conscious decision by the band, but I remember like Metallica, you can tell the reason why they all wore black. So they didn't wear the t-shirts of the bands they like. You might sort of sometimes see them off stage. So if you see them outside a tour bus or backstage, then they'll have a t-shirt of a band. And you might see him out at not obviously that Gucci picture of James Hetfield. But on stage, it was black jeans, black top.
Yeah.
And therefore, it was all about them. And you could imprint onto them all. I wonder if they're into this and they're into that. And I think having an instrumental band is like the logical extension of that.
Yeah.
If you don't have a vocalist singing about topics, that music can be what you want it to be. So like for me, when we were talking about last, I sort of said, well, this sounds very soundtracky to me.
Yeah.
This track sounds like it's all some intimate club thing, but this one sounds like an arena filler. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why it is so good, and I kind of feel bad for, like that vocals are all raving about it because it is, now they are an instrumental piece, but I think they could go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope they do. I really hope.
I can see them being an arena. I can see them becoming an arena band.
If they get they could. We were talking about this as well, that you could use like certain sections of so much of that album for any kind of advertisement, because it's not just stereotypical metal.
It's not aggro.
No, exactly. It's some of it's real chill and calm and things, and man, they could
just need a big band to fucking get onto these, scoop them up and fucking take them on tour for a bit. get some new eyes on them.
And I don't think that I'd heard of them before. I know that you're the same as me, Jay. I think I might have heard of them, but not heard them. And it was only really from like a couple of people I've...
It's okay. It's a good album, but it's just not a patch on this, the Galleries. Like,
yeah, I'd heard
really
like a couple of people talking about it online. Oh, I can't wait for that Night Versus album. And I was like, okay, I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
And I'm really so glad that I did.
Yeah, same here.
So going on about them being big as well, just a little snippet, because like I always like reading shit, as regular listeners will know, because I was going, I read this somewhere. I found an interview with the band, and sort of the interviewer sort of said, in fact it was, let me give credit to the website. So it was allaccessmusic.com or musicallaccess.com blog. But yeah, they pretty much a year ago as well. It was 31st of January this year, so it's nearly a year old interview this. But they asked one of the guys, you know, what songs you like and things like that, and he sort of said, oh yeah, the one thing that everyone in the band agrees with, they like in a van driving to a show, Tool at the driving and DJ Shadow.
What a threesome that is.
That's fucking perfect, because that is the band. That's what you hear.
Yeah.
I love it.
But,
and those are like three very kind of different types of artists, but you can see them and you can hear them like transmogrified within.
But it's with their own stamp. You don't just go, there's the Tool section.
Yeah.
But it does make me wonder now the fact that they're name checking Tool, and you know, I'm like,
they would be
a great support act.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree, because they are. I feel they're expansive and they're as creative as Tool, but they're not like a Tool sounding band who were talking when we were talking about Black Peaks, that they'd almost got to an almost proggy kind of Tool-esque sound at certain sections, but Night Versus don't. But they're still totally prog, but in a different way than Tool.
Yes, totally different.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be a varied tour. I'd like that.
Yeah, definitely. That would be that'd be an insta ticket, but I wouldn't be surprised as well, because if we saw these on the download lineup.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for a bit of a closer festival for these.
Oh yeah.
To be honest,
but we'll talk about that closer festival after we've done our top 5.
Yeah.
And that whittles us down to number 2. For mine and Terry's number 2 is Rivers of Nile.
Indeed it is.
Such a fucking good album. I shared that to so many people when I listened to it. It was like the first episode of the podcast that you guys were jocking it and telling me that I should go listen to it.
I remember me and him come running in like two fucking giddy schoolgirls. Saying about it, weren't we?
I think we spoke for about a good hour and a half before we started recording. We're like, we really should stop talking about this before we record it and everything.
So I gave that a listen to that very same night, and I've kind of been listening to it ever since. So May? So it's been at least once a week since May. I've been listening to that album. So shit.
Yeah, well worth its place in your top 10 then.
Yeah, definitely. Enjoy that 10p or something.
Yeah.
What about you, Terry?
Mine's just the year of the saxophone. Is what I'm going to say, because this is I think this is the album that sparked it all off.
I remember you actually talking to me about it. It may have actually been on the pod about how certain bits just went because it's like, you know, Kenny G Smooth.
Yes.
And then certain bits are like mirroring the guitar solo or something.
Yeah, that was a little bit jarring for me, but in the end, it's kind of won me round. But yeah, I don't mind the saxophone, but I think I don't know if I said it before. I might have said it to you, Jay. I don't think the saxophone lends anything.
It could still be there without the sax.
Yeah, I think this album would just be as good without it. With it being in there, it's like an extra life.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, an extra little bonus for
anyone
who likes that.
If you just like transferred the sax for an actual smooth guitar solo or something, it'd have the same kind of effect. But I enjoy it having sax because it seems different.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It seems more eclectic.
There's a run of tracks. I think it's in the middle of the album. Like I say, I think I was talking to Jay about this, and then it kind of comes back towards the last couple of tracks. And I'm like, oh hello, you're back again here. But I haven't missed it. If you get me, I haven't been jonesing because I've been enjoying the album that much.
Yeah.
I haven't been jonesing for the saxophone to come back into the album.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's my 2 pence.
Nice and sparingly used. Because
Yes.
with some
if
bands,
it was over every track, I don't think I'd have liked this album
exactly.
as much.
When you get certain bands with like a strange instrument or something, and they tend to use it on every track, like I don't know,
because we've got
to
use it.
I don't know,
At that point it becomes
Yellow
a gimmick.
Card or something like that. You'd be like, oh yeah, I get it. Violin,
Yeah, turn it
right.
into the
It's that weird little kind of thing where you have a bit of metal, like yeah. So this is my number 1, and I'll explain why this is my number 1. It'll kind of lead into what my number 2 pick is. But for me, I think you've said this before, Luke. How it's so much more than a death metal album.
Transcends just a single genre. Strangely enough,
Yeah.
like
To call it death metal is lazy.
It's death metal at its core, but that's not where the songwriting takes place.
No.
I don't think that's where its inspirations are.
No, it's not. It's got its feet in.
It's got its feet in
worlds.
prog, and I don't mean prog as in like gently tech prog. I'm talking like Yes type prog, like proper 70s prog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me that's it. It's because, you know, the first 2 albums are great, but nothing could have prepared anyone for this.
No.
You know, this is a band who've clearly gone, right, what can we do so we're not just doing the same old? And that's why it's my number 1, because any band that can go, right, we're dropping an absolute stormer here. I mean, I'll pick a standout track, and I couldn't. And the 5 that I've picked, if anyone's not listened to this album yet, but
if you haven't, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah,
because we've been talking about it every week.
Yeah.
If you listen to Subtle Change, Terrestria 3, Hollow, Death Is Real, and the title track of the album, Where Owls Know My Name, all completely different tracks, but they should hopefully give you a clue. So it's Luke and Terry's number 2 and why it's my number 1. And to me, I can put this easily up there with From Mars to Sirius and Crack the Sky, and if there's any justice in the world, and I think there is, because I started doing some Googling when we were doing our top 10s. After I'd done them, I thought I'm not going to be influenced by other people's lists, but once I'd done my top 10, I thought I want to see what the metal blogs have done. And Rivers and Nile was consistently hitting top 5. There was a few sort of cooler than now where they put it like number 19, and you're just doing that because everyone else is hyping. You go, oh, everyone else likes them, so I'm going to say shit.
Yeah.
And it's like the tour that they just did, where they were the openers. I think now, with the because that tour was announced, and Where Owls had only been out for like 2 months, and I don't think the groundswell had kicked in yet. But I think if a booking agent put that bill together now, it wouldn't have been Rivers, Surreption, Arch, Spire, Revocation. It would have been Surreption, Arch, Spire, Rivers, Revocation.
Yeah.
Rivers would have got the sub-headline slot.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if someone says to me, what would you rather listen to, Rivers' latest or Arch Spire's back catalogue, I'll be picking Rivers every time.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I'll back you 100% on that.
So yeah.
Definitely.
That's my number. So what was your number 2 is my number 1. So I'm guessing you two have got the same number 1 then.
The Ocean.
Yes, we have.
Which is my number 2.
Yeah, The Ocean, Phanerozoic, I think it's called, Volume 1, which I think we got to wait until 2020 for Volume 2.
Yeah.
Is just fucking phenomenal. We reviewed it a couple of podcasts back.
We did, and we all had a cocks out about it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's just a fucking beautiful album. It's like expansive, and I don't know, it's interesting. And it's we spoke about how it seems to just absolutely fuck with time itself.
Yeah.
That it's a good 70 minutes long, but feels like about 30. It's a real easy way of me making the day go quicker when I'm at work. I'll just listen to The Ocean, and then it's nearly home time.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's so fucking good. The Ocean Collective at this moment can kind of do no wrong for me.
Yeah.
I even like all of their older stuff. First one I ever got was their second album, I think it was.
Yeah.
I remember Heliocentric when that came out.
That's brilliant.
Fuck yeah. And we saw them at
Techfest
Tech
3
Fest.
years ago.
3 years ago, I think. They
and
were
brilliant.
They were phenomenal. We were all just watching them with our mouths like hanging open.
It was funny because I remember it and we was all just stood there like miles over, kept nudging each other going, fucking seeing this!
Yeah.
It's like we'd seen a being from another world.
And they got a 6-minute slot because there was sub-headlining, but there was sub-headlining on what is, for those who've been to Techfest, is the second stage. I genuinely would like to hope that off the back of this, that if they did a return visit, that they would, if not headline the second stage, headline the main, or sub-headline the main, because I'd rather have a bigger sound of the main stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the only reason it's not my number 1 and it's my number 2 is, and it's kind of, you two have already said it, you've gone, oh yeah, we love the ocean, everything they do is great, and I'm going to kind of use, so you kind of docked Rivers because of the saxophone, that for you could have been your number 1 book because of the sax. Me, I docked the ocean to number 2 because I'm like, well, everything the ocean does is great, and it kind of ties in with your Clutch thing. It's like, I expect more of Clutch. I feel that Clutch's most recent album half-assed it and phoned it in. Now, I'm not saying the Ocean phoned it in, they didn't.
Because you can't with that.
But they were, to me, it was at the same level. Whereas, at least I could play someone, the back catalogue of Rivers, and then play them where I was normally, I'm like, oof, yeah. Whereas I could play some of the Ocean Collective's Phanerozoic, and then play the Ocean's back catalogue.
You know where they're going. Yeah.
Where's the jump? Where's the huge leap in? Right. And that's the only reason why it missed out. It might have got my number 1 if they'd released both albums at once, because it ends so abruptly.
Yeah.
And you get the well, this is me guessing, so it's pure spitball, but my gut feeling is that the opening track for the second album is literally going to be a follow-on of the close of the last track of this album.
Yeah, I agree.
And therefore, the band had always written it as in mind as a whole conceptual.
See, this is what I thought we were getting.
20-track piece. That's what I thought initially. And I can very well see that in 2020 saying, potentially, I am now resubmitting The Ocean as a number 1 for 2020, but using both albums, and then I might actually go back and say, oh, my 2018... I'm kicking The Ocean out because I'm bumping it into 2020 and I'll slot in another album into my 2018 top 10.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why it's not my number 1. Otherwise, I agree with all the points you've made.
Still high praise for it. It's not your number 2, isn't it?
Exactly right. I'm not saying it's a slouch by any means.
Well, yeah, I think that...
Cool. So we've done our 5 to 1. We're going to talk about something else in a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a track by Miners on Holy Raw. So here they are.
Ready
Okay, so now we're talking about the coming year, 2019, and what we're looking forward to. So, first thing I want to talk about is TechFest announcement. There's been the first few chunk of bands been throwing the lineup. What do we think of that?
I think I was the one who tagged you two in our mental health group chat. I spooged. I mean, Black Crown Initiate. Thank you, Simon, for booking these. Thank you so much. Black Tongue. You can tell he's been on that recent tour because he's got Revocation and Archspire, so he must have gone to a few of those dates. And I knew that Terry would be happy because I saw Palm Reader on there as well.
Very happy. Very happy with that one. They're local boys anyway. They're only in Nottingham, so they're just
that's literally down at A46 from. That's a doddle. Then on the heavier, sort of less techie things, you've got Psychroptic and Dying Fetus.
Why not Dying Fetus?
Monuments.
It was Monuments like, what, 4th year or something now, I think?
Yeah.
But
that's going to go off for
after how much I enjoy him at Co-op, I cannot wait to see him.
You know, they're always fucking great, even when they haven't got a goddamn vocalist. They're fucking great.
Yeah, remember that one? That was fucking brilliant.
Because then he was doing more saxophone.
Again.
But yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's great first announcement. In fact, no, great. He's understated. It's an absolutely amazing first announcement. Black Tongue, I'm really happy as.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. But for me,
I would say this is fucking definitely, I don't know, fans in the past, but this is the strongest first announcement from TechFest I think I've ever seen.
Wow. I think you could be bang right there. I mean, they're not the top of the bill, but for me, Black Crown, I am so happy about that.
I remember you shared that Randy Marsh speech thing. When you discovered the internet.
Yeah, and then the stop. My penis can only get so erect. I am a very happy boy. Just absolutely fantastic. Luke, what are your standouts?
I like all the bands that you've been talking about, but I like the idea of Polaris being there as well because they had a really fucking good album last year.
They did, yes.
So that would be cool. That'd be really cool to see. I'd like to again see Sarah Longfield. She's always fucking great.
Yeah.
She had another album out this year, I think. So yeah, that'd be cool. I'm all up for like Black Crown as well. A lot of these bands, I'm like, man, we're talking about these bands a lot.
Woodsy. There's Cold Night for Alligators on there as well.
Yeah, see, Helen tagged Woodsy in it, and he referenced that. He's like, "Ooh, Cold Night for Alligators. What are they all about then?"
They're cool. They're German, I think. Yeah. German, like tech band. So hey, we might be getting like another
Hirsch effect.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a watch.
Check out their new album. They released a new album, 2 months ago, I think it was.
It's fairly late, wasn't it?
Yeah,
from what I remember.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really cool to check out. There's a bunch of bands here for a first announcement as well. It's great.
Super strong.
Yeah.
Super strong. I dread to think what their second and third big announcements are. I mean, I know they always do a few little ones after that, but normally their 1, 2, 3 announcements are like the big hitters. But I mean, clearly you can tell from the poster that Fetus and Monuments are 2 of the headliners. That means they've still got 2 more headliners to come.
Yeah.
You know, because they put a headliner on the Thursday evening on the half-day session.
Fucking great.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. So what else are we looking forward to in 2019?
So, from a live perspective, because I've not seen them in years, in fact I've not seen them since Jesse rejoined the band, that's how long it is.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the Killswitch
Partway
tour.
Okay.
To the point where when it was partway I wasn't getting a ticket, and when I saw Killswitch support I'm like, okay, changed my mind. 2 days after Valentine's Day, Saturday the 16th of Feb, we've got Decapitating Discarna.
That one's going to be fun.
You've got Alice in Chains doing an arena tour in May.
Yes, I need to go see that as well.
So I'm very tempted to hit one of them up. Album wise, I saw on my Facebook feed this week that Carcass they put a sneaky sort of studio equipment picture with a 5150 amp. I'm like, yes.
What an amp.
new Carcass album. Get in.
What a head dies.
But yeah, so I'm sure there'll be some. I think I'm going to get a download ticket. Bloodstock I'm looking forward to still. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few more gigs and tours cropping up. But
there definitely will be.
I might even do, because of the way you two rave about it, I probably will go to Black Peaks because it's in Lincoln. You know what I mean? It seems.
It'd be nice to support it.
I wasn't bothered about going to Enter Shikari and Skindred. They don't really float my boat. Whereas Black Peaks, alright, didn't make my top 10, but I got why you two enjoyed it. I thought, yeah, I could watch these live.
Yeah.
So I probably will actually go to that
might
gig.
even win you over live.
Yeah, that's it, live. Might be completely different. Yeah, so I'm probably going to check that out because it's right on my doorstep.
Yeah, I've got a few coming up as well. My calendar could be really full this start.
Calendar dot overflow.
Yeah, it's. I've just been offered a ticket for Architects,
Cool.
and that's on the 15th of January in Manchester.
Damn,
I'm
close.
going for that.
Shine.
I've been obviously got tickets to go see Mastodon,
Yeah.
which I believe you're coming along with me to that one, Luke.
Yeah, that's with Cavell Attack and
Mutoid Man.
Mutoid Man. Yeah.
Yeah, going to see that. Obviously, yes, there's these guys playing in the background now, Black Peaks at the Engine Shed, which I've already got my ticket for, and it's like a tenner.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't beat a gig costing a tenner.
Exactly.
God no.
But yeah, just some of the ones Jane was saying, we're going to that Decapitated Discarnate gig as well. That will probably end up being quite messy.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I think that'll be very messy. Yeah.
But yeah, I've already got my download ticket, as you guys know, for one band and one band only.
Yeah.
That's what fucking sold me on the ticket, but the rest of the lineup's fantastic anyway. But yeah, just like Jay, really, we're gig junkies in a way. We go to fucking all sorts, don't we?
It's my
when it crops up,
it's my therapy along with this.
yeah,
It's where I feel comfortable.
yeah.
It's where I enjoy myself. It's my hobby. Some people go fishing.
Yeah.
Some people go to footy matches. I go to gigs.
Oh yeah, I
You
must
know.
mention as well, my number one, there's the Ocean in Leeds.
Oh, I knew there were another fucking
Yeah,
tour.
it's
Is that in
popped in my head.
March?
I think that is
It's
in March. Yeah,
it's a Saturday before payday.
Who are they playing with?
I don't know. He hasn't said if they're playing with anybody,
Oh my god.
from what I can see, because obviously they could fill the set on their own.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's at the Brundell Club or something in Leeds. See that? I think Jay's just pulling something up here.
I'm trying to find.
Look at this fucking live researcher.
Yeah. Welcome to the future, everybody.
Yeah, it just says the Ocean plus guests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Might get a local.
So yeah, it'll be a local band. That'd be cool. Really, the only thing that I'm kind of looking forward to, if any, I'm hoping that there's going to be some kind of announcement from Fit for an Autopsy, because I want a new album from them. And they do tend to be pretty productive. They tend to be an album every 2 years.
Yeah, so they remind me of like thrash bands in the 80s and 90s where it's like every 2 years an album, every 2 years an album, every 2 years an album.
So
many bands now take 3 or 4 years. It's like, come on.
Yeah. I guess it's because they're pushed to tour more.
Yeah.
They'll make some more money.
Yeah,
So,
sad reality of the times.
So what else about albums then? 'Cause that's a really good lead off there.
Yeah,
so.
it is. I've knocked a load of albums down here on paper. I'll go through a few. If you find one that stands out to you,
Yeah.
let me know. Tool, right?
Obviously.
I'll start.
Natural. Yeah. Everyone's
But
curious
yes,
to hear
Fucking
a
hopefully.
follow-up to 10,000 Days.
Yeah, hopefully the follow-up to that will be out in 2019. Obviously, Maynard's hinted. I don't know whether he's fucking with us or not, because I know he likes to fuck with people.
And that's it. It could literally be a coin toss. It's a 50-50. It could be genuine. It could be fucking with us.
But yeah, like I said, I think I said on the previous episode, or whatever, I might have said it to you, mate, but somebody went to see them in A Perfect Circle, and he said he'd be busy in summer next year. So he's going to be busy in a lot of 2019. So it's like, okay. And it would be the last time that they would see A Perfect Circle for a very long time. So it's like, to world tour, anybody?
I mean, it sounds it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It sounds like release and then follow-up tours.
I mean, they did say this year, they were sort of saying it's pretty, they done the Instagram post where they said we record the music
Yeah.
We just wait for Maynard to do the vocals.
Yeah.
And they didn't say the specifics, but there were some posts all around. They could have done the album, they could have started working a lot earlier, but there was legal issues.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's so the guitarist wanted to break up with another half so that they couldn't share the money. I don't know what it is. Well, it's record label, legal issues, former partner, legal issues, but
it'll all come out.
it was all very much. We couldn't start recording until this legal thing had been put to bed. So whatever the legal thing was, obviously must have been squashed if they recorded the audio now. So it's on its way.
I'm hoping it's out before I see my download.
Yeah, that'd be nice to know the new songs first. Yeah, I get that.
Hopefully they get the player feel off it.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy with the tool set download.
No,
Even if
Well, it's done that in America a few times over the past 2 or 3 years.
So anyway, I'll go down to the next one on my list. Rammstein. Anybody?
I'm sure that they are working on it right now. I'm sure I read something about that a while back.
I think they'll.
I read an interesting snippet though where they were sort of saying, "Oh, we don't want to be like Iron Maiden, where people only like us for his old material."
Yeah.
But their more recent material isn't as good as their old material, so it's just like, well, the only way you get to do that is you've got to make your new material as viable as your old, you know. And maybe they need to do, if you sort of, I mean, it's more than 2 albums of bad material, but maybe they should look at Machine Head and go, right, why, you know, people didn't really like Burning Red or Supercharger, and Machine Head regrouped to do Through the Ashes, and some people didn't even rate that, and they did the Blackening. And so after 3 albums of varying quality, they released what everyone said, well, this is kind of harkening back to Burn My Eyes era. And I think realistically, if the guys in Rammstein say, oh, we don't want people just to focus on his back catalogue, well, go back to your back catalogue, listen to it, to your earlier stuff and your newer stuff, and go, well, what is it that the public latch onto with those earlier works? Just do that, but on steroids. Because Blackening was just Burn My Eyes on steroids with more harmonies and solos.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what they need to do. But
It might
as it stands,
Burn My Eyes, but
yeah, oh, it is. But as it stands, I'm a bit like, you know, until I hear it, I'm not going to make a judgment call. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never really been the biggest fan, if I'm being honest. But yeah, live, fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Agreed,
fantastic
100%.
live. They won me over. I saw them in the along the line Sonosphere.
We got some fucking air sacs going on
Yeah.
there.
That's why I stopped. For I jammed this pen in Jay's eye. But yeah, I'll leave off Rammstein. I know loads of people love them, but
This isn't what we're looking forward to, or is this just what's out?
it's kind of what's coming.
Shit that's on the radar.
Yeah,
For 2019.
Coming, yeah.
Okay.
Slipknot next. We all agree that that's going to be on its way. Are you
I
looking
think
forward
so.
to it or not?
I wasn't into their last album. I don't think I was into
I
the
like
album
bits of the last-
previous to that either.
Yeah.
It's
I like
really
bits.
the first 3 I liked.
Even with those, I've always been like, I like bits. I've never once have I gone, this album from front to back is a certified banger.
I think it depends, and if I go back and I think of myself as being like, you know, fucking young when I was listening to it, because it was the shit then. I now still love it because of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does that necessarily mean that it's great and I love it? Maybe not. I'm just like listening to it through fucking rose tinted
Tinted glasses.
headphones, I guess.
I like that. Next on the list, I've got Korn.
Nah, pass.
Not bothered, but at the same time, I know that they are. Maybe there's a little more angst in there with recent kind of
Yeah.
Jonathan Davis.
Going on.
Do you know what I
yeah.
can see coming with
Issues.
Korn at some
With
point?
his wife
Nothing to do with the
dying and stuff.
album, but I
Yeah.
tell you what I can see coming at some point. They're going to pull a Slayer. You know when
Yeah.
Slayer got Lombardo back? Because the manager suggested it, went, oh, maybe you'd get a bit more hype if you did a tour with Lombardo on skins.
Yeah.
I can see it, I can guarantee they'll get fucking original drummer back.
Silveri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Apparently,
know
he
he's the one
fucking
who- he's
hates
the-
them.
Yeah, he hates them and everything, but I can imagine it'll be.
Well, Core 10 are going well, aren't they?
Yeah, so yeah, but don't you have a restaurant and everything as well?
I
Just
don't know.
I ain't
I
got a
remember
fucking clue.
Core 10 debacle. He's tried to get going, and
But
it's just
I tell you
never
now,
off the ground.
I tell you now, I can imagine it. I can see that happening next 2 or 3 years. When it wanes down, what do we do? Oh yeah, original, like, because it's all because Thingy's backing it now, isn't he?
Head, yeah.
Head,
It's just the
know,
drummer.
Original lineup, and
Just the
they'll
drummer.
tour the first album.
Exactly, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Album anniversary,
Yeah.
like 25th anniversary, original drummer. Yeah, it'll make some bank. I can see that happening. I don't know why. I just got a funny feeling.
Yeah, I was the fucking phenomenal live cut. I will always give them that.
Again,
Always.
they're one of those bands that I struggle to listen back to now.
Right.
I used to fucking love Korn, right? For like listeners.
Well, yeah, 'cause it was a
my
big
fucking
thing, wasn't
my
it?
teenage fucking bedroom was just like fucking ground to floor, fucking ceiling posters of Korn. Man, it was my shit. I loved that shit. But as I've gotten older, I've just slowly gone off it to the point where I kind of cringe now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's knowledge that I have now that I didn't then. When you listen back to it and you go, God, those fucking guitars sound like shit.
Oh God, he's in his late 30s and he's talking about being a teenager.
Thanks, Ross Robinson.
Thanks again. We'll see on Korn. Next one, Lamb of God, which is I'm looking forward to. I know they released an album technically this year.
I don't have
covers.
hype for it. I wasn't into their last one, and I don't know whether a break is gonna.
I hope. I've got some hope for this. I really hope it's a good one.
I think I have no expectations, so I'm not like when it's going to suck. I'm not saying it's going to be amazing.
It's more that you're gonna forget about it coming out until it does.
Yeah, and Lamb of God's out this week. Yeah.
Alter Bridge. I mean, I know you two guys aren't particularly. I know you see them live, didn't you? But yeah, I'm interested. To start, I want them to like stretch themselves, but I think Alter Bridge are one of them bands that won't. I know they're more than capable of it. I just don't think they'll keep in their lane kind of thing.
They know how to do it.
They're solid, they're dependable. So yeah, I'm on a mark.
Just literally, you know what? Funny, that's what you said. They're solid, they're dependable, they're headlined, they sub-headlined Megadeth at Bloodstock, and then 2 years later they came back and headlined. And you think about it, they've kind of, in their own way, you got like Cannibal Corpse have got the gore gimmick, Amon Amarth have got the Viking gimmick, and it's just like, wow. And yet Cannibal Corpse, they're kind of always like middle of the fucking day at Bloodstock. Yeah. And yet Amon Amarth, they've crept up, and and it's just like, so they're playing it download and stuff. So yeah, they seem to be still releasing strong work. So never something that'll hit my year-end top 10, but if you're in that mood for just kind of, something a bit, it's just nice and aggro and good. It's not power metal, it's not melodic metal, it's not death metal. It's this weird.
Because I love my hands up,
amalgam
I've never dug into Amon Amarth.
Yeah, no, it's good just to like chuck on every so often.
Jon, I thought you touched a little bit on this, didn't you?
Carcass.
Carcass.
Oh yes. I think they've been touring Surgical Steel for too long. Yeah. But I can see why. I mean, fuck me. I liked Carcass on Facebook, and it's just like every post of theirs, until last week where they posted the studio equipment in the 5150. Yeah. Every other post, it's just been them playing a festival. Them playing a festival in Mexico, in Iceland, in Spain, in Italy, like winter festivals. They just keep getting on fuck. And you've got to admit, that's what's going to make them the money. Kind of tying in what you said, where like Fit for an Autopsy tour every 2 years, but most bands do it every 3 or 4. And it's like you said, Luke. Yeah, the money's in touring, not in recording new albums. And I think that's it. Since Surgical Steel, they've had such a
like an upswing,
resurrection and an upswing in popularity. They played the first Slipknot Fest, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the stock in America is quite huge. But yeah, I mean, I really dig Surgical Steel. I've
yet to find someone who doesn't into hard, heavier stuff.
That doesn't like Carcass.
That doesn't like Carcass. I've never met anybody who. As soon as you mention Carcass, you always get, oh yeah, fucking Carcass. And then you just go off on a tangent about it, don't you?
But yeah, I mean, to come back from like nearly 20 years after fucking Swan Song and knock out, Surgical Steel, I've got high hopes for their album. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yes, snap. I'll go on to boys from around your neck of the woods.
From Chef.
Yeah, While She Sleeps, that's coming out on March 1st. I mean, a lot of these are all to be announced.
Yeah.
I couldn't really find any release dates on anything, so but some hadn't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
The last album weren't too bad.
Like we said,
poppy metal. It's
with this, they're always kind of solid and dependable. Really, they don't write anything that I really go screw my face up and go, I don't like that. But, I've always been.
If it appears on a Spotify playlist or something, you go, listen to that.
Yeah, it's definitely good. This is a biggie for me after the last one, Deftones.
I had an idea of doing a podcast wholly on the idea that I went onto a 40-minute drunken rant to my missus about how Deftones are now shit. And then it was like, you know what, I should like, I don't know, maybe have a drink and talk about metal more often. The last few albums that Deftones have released have done nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. Right. Nothing since... Oh, shit.
Saturday Night.
Diamond Eyes?
Diamond Eyes, I loved.
Yeah.
Everything after that, not been bothered. And even before that, there's a couple of Deftones albums I've not really been into. I wasn't into Saturday Night Rest either.
And there's
I wasn't into Self-Titled.
Self-Titled I never rated. The one with the skull.
Yeah.
Oh, that were awful for me.
So they are.
But the problem with
tracks, because I think off that one, I've got one of the best tracks.
It followed White Pony though. What a fucking album to follow.
Exactly.
But they always do. They always play Minerva off that, don't they? I'm
not sure whether they do kind of trends in writing, because as far as I heard, the last album didn't really have Steph's guitar input at all.
It's how it always falls. There's always an album that Chino pretty much goes, I want to write this, and I want to make it more like shoegazy and Depeche Mode, and then that's it. And the album after, Steph will come and I want to play some guitar, I want to play some metal. And it's like, okay, then play some riffs. And it is like, here's the Chino album, here's the Steph album, here's the Chino album, here's the Steph album.
So as far as I'm aware, this next one is a Steph
album, not a Chino.
Yeah, this is why I'm quite
looking forward to it for that reason. Yeah.
Because
you know how hard I tried to go. I couldn't get into go.
It's like a fart. If you force it, it'll be shit.
Yeah. He was telling me I was really, really trying to go, and it just didn't do anything to me. I must have listened to it solidly for about a month or so, didn't I? I really wanted to like it.
Damn.
And I was just like, can't have it.
Toss it.
Sorry. This next one's probably going to be a good talking point between us. Killswitch Engage.
I've got high hopes because we're on Metal Blade.
I hope so.
I think we discussed this on a podcast.
I'm in exactly the same situation I was with Deftones. Is that I've not been into any of their latest work.
But the last one was definitely a letdown.
The move to Metal Blade is exciting.
Yeah.
Because I do think that is going to bring out.
Freedom.
Yeah, it's going to bring out a new edge to them.
Did we discuss this on a podcast, or did we just discuss this off the record?
Who knows?
But I think it ties out. So what I've always said is I loved Serpentine Dominion, which was on Metal Blade. Side project, which Adam D.
You really Jones that as well.
And I loved Times of Grace, side project. Now that was released on Roadrunner, but it was a side project, and they waited until Killswitch Touring Cycle were down. But the songs on Times of Grace and the songs on Serpentine Dominion blow away the last three Killswitch albums where Jesse rejoined. And it's because those two albums don't follow the My Last Serenade formula. And since Jesse's rejoined, and even the last few albums of Harold
Jones.
You could tell they'd landed on a winning formula of, sort of this anthemic chorus and then a beat down verse.
Yeah.
And you can tell Roadrunner going, stick with that shit. That's what you need to do. And so that's what I'm hoping. With Metal Blade, they're going to go, you don't have to write fucking 12 fucking ballad singles.
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You can write something like To the Sons of Man Again that's 2 minutes 30 seconds long and it's just like really fast tremolo picking.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So that's what I'm hoping. The Metal Blade.
That'll be fucking great.
Nuts.
The Roadrunner thing seems like it's almost like a machine with an algorithm that, so long as whatever you post in there has like a chuggy verse and a singy chorus, will just go bleep. You've made money.
They've hit the targets. Yeah. So that's it. I'm looking forward to it purely by the label switch.
Yeah, I would say my last thing in this is like it's in them. Because like you've talked about the side projects, it's in them, and now I would like them to focus that into Killswitch now.
Yeah.
And like I say, they probably will get that freedom to do that now. Next one is another biggie, Mastodon. If they can follow up Emperor Sands.
I don't know whether that'll be out next year.
I'm hoping.
I reckon that'll be 2020 because we spoke about
right.
we spoke about
Brent's burnout.
Yeah, Brent's burnout, and I think that writing an album is his off time.
With that, I think they've already been in the studio and they're knocking ideas about.
Fuck
But
it
they'll
now.
be touring in January, so
Yeah.
If it comes out, I want them to do an Ocean to us and release it in November.
Yeah.
If they're doing this tour in January in Europe and then they go, right, we're off at road for 10 months.
Yeah.
You know, we're back in America in February and I ain't fucking stepping on foot on a tour bus until 2020. Great. They spend 8 months writing, but I don't want them to do some kind of, you know, we talked about in another episode where the record label's milking the tit. They go, right, go into the studio, record an album, then get out and tour it again.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in a Rush album. I'm interested in they take the time and release a fucking spot album.
Yeah.
And that's not to
Same.
say that Mastodon are rushing it. My worry is from that interview that the record label are putting pressure on them.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Megadeth?
Rust in peace or
I
nothing.
mean, the fact that he said that he wants to like fucking shut the fuck up about politics is always going to be an upside, I guess. But again, I don't think Megadeth have got anything in them that I haven't heard.
Fair play.
Yeah, I'm happy with the back catalogue.
Misery Index?
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Really looking forward to that.
Big hitter all round. Periphery?
Well, let's see if they can beat Monument's latest.
Yeah, you see?
So I'm curious. I'm curious. That's it. I'm very curious.
Yeah.
It might change my mind.
I'm really interested in seeing what it sounds like because they are again doing it all themselves.
Yeah, they've left Sumerian, aren't they? They're on their own label.
They're on 3 Dot, I think it's called.
But it's at their own imprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are doing their own thing. So I love that, and I'm just interested in how different that's going to be released than if it was just distributed through a company. Are they going to be able to do the same thing? Are they going to be better? Are they going to shave months off of the whole thing? Who knows?
Probably. They're a big name, so I should still imagine that carries some kind of weight with them as well.
From what they've shared so far on Instagram, I think it's been like pretty massive chuggy songs.
Yeah, I've seen Misha posting some stuff as well.
Yeah.
So.
And that's cool. I'm always down with Periphery. I fucking love Periphery. There are some tracks on the last one and maybe the Juggernaut albums I wasn't that keen on, but as an entire body of work, their albums always work. They always tend to do concepts, except for I think the first one. But from Periphery 2 onwards, I think they've all been concept, and they've always worked when listened, all
As
the
a
way
whole.
through. Yeah. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. I echo all your sentiments there, Luke, with Periphery. I really do like. I'm looking forward to that. One for you now, mate. Testament.
Could work, could not. So I loved Formation of Damnation. Dark Roots of the Earth wasn't as good, but then the one after, was it the Brotherhood of the Snake or something like that? That was good.
Yeah.
So they're kind of doing, like, since their Reformation, is it like a good album and so a good album? So it could be this one's a so-so.
Right.
But, it could be great again. So it's literally a coin flip. Could work either way.
Fair play, Luke. Anything on Mark? Say Testament. Sorry.
Not really. I've never really followed Testament.
Okay. Fair enough. But I'm the same. I've heard a few tracks here and there. I've digged in, but yes, and there's nothing I've not really delved into. Now this one's going to be good between us all. Whitechapel.
Yeah.
On March 29th.
From what I've heard so far, I really like it. I really like both the tracks that they've released.
I think the first track was more gnarly, it was slower, it was dirtier.
But I like the second track they released.
The second track's got some real riffage in it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's like that riffage is there. I'm like, oh yeah, give me more of this, please.
Yeah.
Got Crosses, which is kind of ties into Deftones, Chino's thing. Apparently they're releasing an album next year.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I like Crosses anyway.
In a way,
released it.
Crosses is almost like one of Chino's kind of chilled side
Which
project.
could open it up even more for Stefan to really let rip.
If he's got a Crosses album coming through, he's getting his thing out that way. So maybe
this
we're
is
looking
where my
at
chilled album is,
a real fucking screechy tune.
Yeah. Another one for me and you, mate. Dredge.
Yeah. Oh man. As long as it's good, because I felt that the last one was absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah, they've got three. I think they've got three genuine world class albums. Dredge, and then
one not so world class.
I agree with you on that last one.
What was it, Chunky and Squeezy?
Yeah,
or
Mr.
something?
Chuckles and Mr. Squeezy.
It was fucking bollocks.
It was a mad album title.
I hated it, and it was like it was a completely different band that you'd bought a CD from someone else that was called Dredge, and that's what it was.
Yeah,
it was fucking horrible.
I did actually feel like that, but
I felt ill.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it if it's going to be good, because obviously,
if it's one of their epic fucking masterpiece albums like we've had previously with them before,
that could be
I'm going to say
an album of the year for me.
I'm going to say I'm really looking forward to that if that's what it's going to be. If it's going to be a fucking Chunky and Squeezy or whatever, then it can go fuck itself.
Yeezy.
Sounds like two fucking homies you find outside the shop.
Old Chunky and Squeezy. Always fucking getting their fingers into the bottom of that fucking phone box.
Yeah.
We don't have Itchy and Scratchy anymore, seen as they're on the Gabbo show. So now we've got South California's latest couple, Wheezy and Squidgy. What the hell was that?
We want Chunky and Squeezy. So I feel we've devolved somewhat. So where's your list?
The next one, Fear Factory.
Pass.
Apparently they've got music ready and waiting to go.
Yeah, isn't that another whole legal malarkey thing?
Yeah, apparently
is that necessarily
got it all down and it's all ready to go, apparently.
Is that necessarily good though? Because if they let's say did this 3 years ago.
Yeah, they're going to be stuck in 3 years.
Shit, yeah, exactly. Fear Factory unfortunately don't age that well, with the exception of Demanufacture.
Yeah, that's still a classic.
I'm not really that fussed. If it comes out and it's great, cool, happy for them. But if not, don't care.
Exactly the same.
Same here, that's my feelings. Next one, Demon Hunter. I know we've all delved into Demon Hunter and raved about them here and there.
I like Demon Hunter. I think I heard Demon Hunter's maybe first, second, and third album I was really into. Man, they're another one. They release a fucking album every 18 months, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're
and this new one I think's a double album as well.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Because I think they've released 2 singles, and they're on 2 separate albums that are released on the same day.
Fucking hell.
So maybe they had a year off last year.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll look forward to it.
I don't mind Demon Hunter.
I'll give it a rasp.
Earlier Demon Hunter I really liked. I think they've become a little saturated and almost a little...
Yeah, they tried to
almost a little fucking pop metal.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
But whatever. Again, if they bring it out and it's fucking cool and I like it, then nice. I'll give it props. But it's not something that's necessarily on my radar.
Out to Jay, or shall I move on?
You know, I mean, if they drop a banger and it's amazing, then great. But they're not a band I actively follow.
Right, a biggie here. Faith No More.
That's an interesting one because I would love to love a new Faith No More album, and the last one I didn't care about.
Yeah, it was all right, but it wasn't great.
Jay's both the all right.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I love them playing live, and I know it's when you said that they'd got any one coming out, it shocked me that because I remember at one point, Pat were like, yeah, it didn't pan out, and I think the whole panning out was we released a new album, it didn't land with our fan base, and therefore we didn't get the tours we were going to get.
Yeah.
But maybe someone's just gone, look, have another hit because you're still great live. I mean, that's it. We were just talking about Tool earlier on.
Yeah.
They've been playing dates in America purely on the strength of the back catalogue, which Faith No More can do as well. And if they're going to take another crack of the whip, maybe we'll get another King for a Day or Angel Dust.
I'd buy live tickets.
I'll still listen to the album 100%.
I'm gonna put it out there. Mike Patton's one of my heroes.
Yeah.
What a fucking dude.
Yeah.
Next one for quite a biggie one. Opeth.
I'm going to put it out there. I like their newer proggier stuff over their death metal stuff.
Yeah.
I really do. I think I can get it why people got into Opeth in the mid '90s. Oh yeah, and it's just like.
Yeah. Well, there's still to this day it's such a hard fucking wreck over that as well.
Yeah.
For changing, it's just like, fucking move on. You know what I mean? The band's changed. They want to move on in a different direction.
I think I got into Opeth like when they were in that transition though. So I don't know.
So for you, it weren't jarring.
They were half death metal and half proggy.
Yeah.
Sound.
Fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's great, and some of the stuff. I read this really cool interview with Acapella, and he's like, I can go fuck it. Not as he couldn't go fuck it, he didn't like it, but he goes, like, oh man, you're headlining Bloodstock or you're headlining this festival. He's like, 50,000 don't bother me. He says, it's when you're playing in a jazz club that can only see like 100 people, and there's someone at the front stage who can watch where your fingers are on the frets. He says, that's what's scary. He says, because that person who's on the front row, they're not singing, they're watching where you move your hand. And going, oh, he fluffed a note there. Oh, he booked up that chord progression. And I'm like, yeah. He's got it right there. If you play to like a 50 capacity, 100 capacity day, you can watch everything that's going on. Because it was saying when I was front row. You can
critic everything.
Yeah, when I was front row for Monuments, you could watch everything that the bassist and the guitarist were doing. Because there were only about 100 of us in the room.
Yeah.
So you got to admire that guy. He's like, yeah, I'll fucking play arenas. I'll play at Royal Albert Hall. Them small ass jazz club that make me feel nervous and want to throw up. So
I guess at certain points when you're doing a festival, it might as well be a fucking canvas of painted people on there just draped in front of you. You're like,
but it kind of shows as well if he was worried about that in a small club, because he's still worried about his craft and he wants to do a good job.
Yeah.
And that's what I really took away from. Like, shit, he's still nervous. It isn't on autopilot.
No, it's what he's doing and he's working on it, and he's
So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to
cool.
that. I think New Opeth is always good.
It is. There we go, Jay. Try and keep your fucking penis in your pants, please. Black Crown
It's a challenge, mate. I am really looking forward to this. So it was really weird. Like at the start of this year, they put an Instagram post like 30 seconds of new music. And then there wasn't really much. Then they sort of mentioned something in July, and we're definitely recording the album. Oh, we're playing this date in Canada in December. And then it's like, oh, you might notice if you saw us live, we've got some new members. And what I'm really hoping for now, because they're both, Black Crown and Rivers are both from the same area, like Richmond, Pennsylvania.
Something like that, yeah.
And to the fact that the singer from Black Crown guested on the latest Rivers and Nile album.
Yeah.
The last Cells We Can't Forgive was a fucking amazing album. For me doing the podcast, that was in my top 10 for 2016. And I love the idea now of Black Crown and Rivers having like this kind of friendly competition which drives each other. And so that all Black Crown are going, fuck me, where else? Yeah, they go, where else on my name is amazing. We've got to top that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm proper like, I can't wait for this album, because I think they will try and.
That will be fucking incredible.
Yeah, if they can beat Where Owls Know My Name.
And I mean, to be fair, they got the chops.
Yes, they do. So I am proper looking forward to that. Really looking forward to it. To the point where, once there's a confirmed release date, I might take that Friday off.
You're just going to fucking sit down and listen to it and blow your load all day.
Seriously, I'm going to treat it almost like me getting a bus to a record shop and buying a physical CD. I'm like, no, this is a day for this.
Yeah.
Sound? Yeah, I'm always good with new Black Crown, and like we said just before, I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yes, yeah.
Really
oh, it's going to be a great year.
Of all the fucking jockeying we did on the Tech Fest posts, literally the first words out of our mouths were Black Crown, Black Crown.
You've got like fucking 9 foot of beard there as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, there's so much beard. Chin pubes for years.
This is one thing that say I could make Sean with his big beard. You've got beard. Look at it, my fucking beard.
He could blend in with them though.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could blend in with them and just film them secretly. That's creepy. Anyway, I'll move on to Not Loose.
Oh man, I love Laugh Tracks. If their new album comes out this year, that'd be amazing. And they were killer live when we saw them in the Plug in Chef.
Yeah, I think they're about due for a new album as well.
And you know, there's some hype behind them because when we were in the queue, so they were supporting Malevolence, and there were so many people going, "Oh, I've just come here just to see Not Loose."
Yeah.
Shit.
So many people bought tickets just to see Not Loose. Then, they didn't leave when Not Loose finished playing, but you could tell everyone was propping bar up and looking at merch stall. Yeah. Oh, there's so many Laugh Tracks. It's so addictive.
It is.
It's Oh.
Yeah, the barking and I love that track. It's like, I had a dream about getting better. And it just fucking flies in and you're like, yeah, it's such a great track.
The
to lose your
riffing
mind
in it,
to.
oh man, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect album. So, yeah.
Are you au fait with Not Loose?
I haven't actually heard them.
Oh,
mate,
right.
get laugh tracks
Listen to
on.
laugh tracks after tonight.
Do you know how we was with Rivers?
Do you know what? We'll end the show with one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next
Deadringer.
is a band that I've found that are on that awesome record label that keep finding fucking brilliant bands. It's called Holy Roar. Is a band called Miners. That I've discovered, and I think we're going to.
Yeah, we played it just
we're
before
play
this
it
section.
Played it, yeah. But yes, I'm really looking forward to that. That could be this year's kind of Conjurers.
Yeah, a bit of a sleeper hit that blows it out of the water for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really looking forward to that. Astronoid.
Yeah, new album out in January. I love Astronoid. Loved the Air album. Sounds like it's
in that,
more of the same. You know, the single that they released is very similar to the material on Air. So if we're going about, when people go, hang on a minute, Jay, Ocean and Rivers, you're not going to give a band props if they don't progress. So my first takeaway is it doesn't sound like a massive progression. So for that reason, I can't see it potentially damaging my top 5. But it's cool when you want to listen to something that is a bit more upbeat, and there's just something about Astronaut. You can't put your finger on it. It's weird. It's metal, but it's not metal. It's bizarre. But I like it because you can't pigeonhole it.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so fun about it. You're like, well, it's not this, and it's not quite that.
It is so original.
Yeah. So happy. I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be a nice kickstart to 2019. That in January.
No. Next one I've got on here, Power Trip. Now I'm very looking forward to this.
If that comes out this year,
This is another one, another band who I could think be like a sleeper band. Who could blow up quite big if they get this next album right. I think they could fucking go into the stratosphere.
It was funny how many comments on the Bloodstock forums after Bloodstock this year. There were so many people say, and Facebook page as well, were like, you should put them further up the bill or higher up the bill, not earlier on in the day, because they've got like. I can't remember if it was the opening slot or the band after the opening, but it was definitely in the morning, or they were either the first or the second band for the Saturday. But the crowd they pulled were fucking huge. That's when straight away you thought they were booked, and the running order was assigned before the appeal had kicked in.
Yeah.
Right.
If like say
I
if it
remember
carries
seeing them on that Trivium tour as well.
Yes.
I
think that's where they got a lot of fans. Because the Trivium tour was 3-4 months before.
And fair play to Trivium, they're always bringing out the new and exciting bands.
They do, they never half-ass it with support acts.
Yeah, they grab the decent supports all the time, Trivium, so it proves that Heath is listening, he's got his ear to the ground.
Yeah.
Next one I've got up is In Flames.
Not at all bothered.
Okay.
None of their material going back to about about 7 years ago I care about.
I would say I think the last 2 albums I enjoyed was Soundtrack to Escape and Come Clarity, and then
Come Clarity, I remember that one.
I think after them.
I remember we did that promo night. We had all them posters to give
That was Come Clarity, yeah.
Was it? Come Clarity, yeah.
But you never know. Maybe they might have a bit more piss and vinegar, but
hopefully.
Well, that's not half the band left.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So I'm gonna say that it's gonna go in a terrible way.
In it.
Like
death.
Like you get these bands and like you listen to their new album that they haven't brought an album out in so long, and you're like, that's terrible. You should have just fucking saved the time.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be this, and I'm sure that they have fans that are only seeing them for their vocalist.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them live again because playing Nottingham on a Saturday. But yeah, I don't was looking forward to new content.
Next on my list, I put down Mark Morton with his solo album. Now I'm very looking forward to this. Interesting. There's been a couple of songs come out already, haven't there? Have there? Right?
Yeah. Because there's one that's got a female vocalist.
There's one with an Arch Enemy vocalist.
That's it. That's one of her, Alyssa White, whatever her name is. He's a one with Chester Bennington as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Right,
so I don't see that one being performed live.
That's going to be interesting, you know?
It's going to be interesting.
Because with all of the different like guests and stuff he's got, they don't automatically fit into Mark Morton's type of writing. But does that mean that he's going to be writing different types of songs per guest?
I think there's more to Mark Morton than meets the eye.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think the one they did with Alyssa from Arch Enemy, though, that was kind of like, it was just like Lamb of God, because I think Randy even kicks in at some point.
Oh, was Randy in it as well?
Right.
It's just Lamb of God
And it is,
featuring
it's very
Lamb of God
God-ish.
and Friends.
Yeah, and whereas like the Born of the Storm, the stuff they did, it was very bluesy with Des.
Yeah.
That
See,
was,
I haven't heard any of the tracks
I
yet.
can remember like reading about that on Blabbermouth like 8 years ago. And I ended up going on like some torrent site and finding a fucking. It weren't even in MP3; it was in Windows Media Audio.
Motherfuckers.
That was the only way you could get the fucking audio file. But that were really cool.
Yeah.
And I'd rather he did more stuff like that than this. I'd rather he did a full-fledged Born of the Storm release than this just kind of, here's me with 10 guest vocalists.
Yeah.
Just pick one vocalist and write that bluesy, because I know he loves blues. His
He does.
favourite band's the Black Crows.
He
Do
grew
you know
up on
what?
it, didn't he?
Embrace that love of blues, but with maybe a bit slight more aggressive, dirty riffing, but don't just do a slightly less Lamb of God-y tracks, because...
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. What's the point?
I'm excited to hear it. I mean...
I'd say I'm curious.
Yeah.
Well, this is one I'm definitely 100% excited on. So if they can top their last album, which was Low Teens, I'll be a very, very fucking happy man.
Every
If
Time
you don't
I
know the
Die.
band I'm talking about? Luke's just said it. Every Time I Die.
They're
Now,
always class act.
They always are. Always.
The last couple of albums have been, well, to be fair, a lot of their albums are just fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Low Teens was great.
Got my album of the year.
Yeah, it did, I remember. Yeah, that will be cool. I'm interested in seeing what they've got now.
Yeah.
Because when was Low Teens? Is that 2016?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
And
there's-
they normally shit out albums quite quick.
They
don't
do, yeah. They've had loads, all from Hot Damn. So yeah, cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm interested in that.
I know you're not the biggest of fans.
I'm not the biggest fans, no, but if it gets a tour out of it, I always enjoy watching it live. So
Yeah, they're fucking
play.
sweet live.
Yeah, I love them. I'm well excited for this because Low Teens, I fucking came that album to death.
Yeah,
But yeah, if they can top that or come close to it on a par with it, I'll be a very happy man. But yeah, that's all I've got written down so far. So what else do you want to talk about?
That's a lot of stuff.
I haven't really
It
got
is a lot of
anything.
stuff.
Like I mentioned before, I'd like to hear something from Fit for an Autopsy, but that's unannounced. But other than that, I don't know whether there's anything that I'm necessarily anticipating because I don't know. Maybe there's just been so much shit this year that I'm like, whoa, slow your roll. I need some time to listen to these others.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of along with Not Loose. Won't mind hearing another Incendiary album.
Yeah.
They were killer.
That's a good point, actually.
Like hardcore with like kind of very Zach De La Rocca-esque vocalist.
Oh, okay.
So they were good fun because I think that album came out the same year as Not Loose, so that was like a right 1-2 like, combo.
Yeah.
Cattle Decapitation. I know they released that medium rarities, but I really want to follow up to the Anthropocene Extinction. So that's two personally for me that I really want to hear is Incendiary.
Yeah, I
Cattle
think that is coming as well, isn't it? That Cattle Decap.
Yeah, so I'd love to hear them too, without a doubt.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
I think
that's about it.
Yeah, I think we're going to call it an episode. So we're going to end this episode with what we're playing again?
Was it his? Was played mine?
Some Holy
Yeah.
Fall.
No. It was what I should listen to. What should I listen to?
Oh, Knocked Loose.
Not Loose.
Deadringer.
Sorry, yeah.
Not
Deadringer.
Loose, Deadringer. So yeah, we're going to put that on. So yeah, speak to you next time.
See you later.